Greetings, Benjamin J. the Victrola with another in the series. Well, a critical experiment today. I'm grabbing a piece of foil. Another in the series on the tinfoil phonograph, of course. Now, the machine has been sitting all night in my shop, and I left the window open, so the machine is really, really cold. So we're going to do a quick recording to see if my adjustments held from last night. As I said, I've never been able to make a recording on this machine, wait 12 hours, come back, walk up to it, and just make a recording without having to readjust it. So I'm hoping the new stylus and the new adjustments have held. The machine is quite cold. As I said, it's been sitting in here for, 12 hours with the window open, so it's quite cool. So we're going to make a quick recording and see if our adjustments held. Like I said, I have never been able to leave the machine this long and then just make a recording of it. Invariably, the recording is full of noise and I have to completely readjust the machine to get back to where I was the night before. So this is going to be an interesting experiment. Alright, get the foil on the machine. Strip of glue to hold it down. Alright. Roll the edges over. When I first got this machine, I was cutting this foil so it fit the mandrel. But I found that by making it oversized and then rolling the edges down, it really tightens up the surface and makes for a much better recording, and there's much less risk of tearing the foil from the stylus hitting a wrinkle or a loose spot or a lifted spot in the foil. And this really snugs it to the mandrel. Because once it's crimped down on both sides, it really tightens the surface. And you get a good uniform depth as the stylus indents the foil. Alright, so rewind the machine to its starting point. See where the first groove is. Perfect. Alright. I'm almost afraid to try this. Okay, so this is the first recording after the machine has been sitting for 12 hours. And hopefully we'll get, I would settle for a fair recording. Doesn't have to be a good one, just a fair one. I've never been able to just walk up to the machine after this length of time and make a good recording. So let's see what happens. Hello, hello, hello! Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow. And everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. Ha, ha, ha. Alright. So, rewind the mandrel to its starting point. Line up our stylus. Okay, here we go. The first recording after the machine's been sitting for 12 hours.
Hello, hello, hello! Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow. And everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. Ha, ha, ha!
Alright, had a bit of noise in it, but that's not bad. I've never been able just to walk up to this machine after this length of time and make a decent recording. And while that wasn't perfect, it was a decent recording. It had a bit of noise in it, and that in a couple of these grooves is actually the stylus has changed position from the temperature change of the machine. So if you can get it back to the same temperature it was last night, everything's back to adjustment again. But as soon as you cool it or warm it, it changes things. And these adjustments are so small. It doesn't take much temperature change to physically alter the recording. In this case, that wasn't a bad recording. considering the machine's been sitting for 12 hours and it is really cold. So that is a good indication that at least I'm on the right track. The whole idea of me doing this is so I can get this machine adjusted so it stays adjusted, so I can put it in a box, take it someplace, do a demonstration recording without having to have an hour of setup time before I do it. If I can get it if I can get it to continuously make a recording like it just made, even though it's not perfect, if that was the recording I got after moving the box or moving the machine to some place to demonstrate it, I could live with that. Because you can adjust this machine, if you want to put the time into it, and make a recording that's almost as good as a wax cylinder recording. But it just doesn't stay in adjustment over any great period of time. As I said, this is the best recording that the machine's ever made after sitting for this long. And I purposely let it get good and cold just for this experiment. So, obviously I'm on the right track. Now it's just a matter of really fine-tuning this machine, and of course still experimenting with other foils. I found some 2-inch wide copper foil and on eBay, and I ordered it. It'll be here on the 18th, and I'm hoping that a 2-inch piece of copper will make a really decent recording. The only way to tell, of course, is to wait and see. And the problem with all these odd foils is they're not readily available anywhere. You have to buy them from a foil supplier, and basically it's a seller's market. If you want the foil, you have to pay what they're asking for. There's brass, copper, they have steel foil, aluminum foil obviously, but all kinds, bronze foil, alloy foils, all kinds of foils, plus gold aluminum foil. And I've been looking for some. I'll probably have to go online to buy it, but I want to try every bit of foil I can that's at least reasonably accessible. I don't want to have to order 500 pounds of a certain foil to make it affordable. But just a quick experiment, recording on the 1878 tinfoil phonograph on 1.5 mil aluminum foil after the machine has been setting for 12 hours. So, if that's all the better it got, I could live with that. Just wanted to do a quick experiment and document it. So as always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email, TheVictrolaGuy@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.